Hello there, my fellow Vault Dwellers and Wasteland Wonders. We have a very big update from Bethesda. They posted this recently, the Fallout 76 Inside the Vault for January 24th, 2019. And within here, we get brand new details about the survival mode. This is going to be a PvP experience, and it's going to be coming out in beta first. But here's your first screenshot of it. And I'm going to go over this in detail right now. But also, here's how you actually access it. Through your menu. You'll either choose between adventure mode, which we're all used to, or the survival beta, as it's going to be called. So yeah, let's dive straight into those details right now. So yeah, I am in San Francisco right now, about to board a plane to go home, but I wanted to try to get this video out to you guys because I know you guys want to know these details. So let's go over them right now. So first of all, the blog post goes on to say this: in last week's Inside the Vault, we briefly mentioned a new, more dangerous mode, which will separate from the main game and have fewer restrictions on player versus player experiences. It'll be coming to Fallout 76 in a future update. Now, we've dubbed this new mode Survival, and we're excited to share a few more details with you today. Additionally, we're also going to give you a little more information about our next major patch. Okay, cool. So there's also information in here about the next major patch. So it says, since the launch of Fallout 76, we've received lots of feedback from some of our more competitive players who requested greater challenge, fewer restrictions, and more incentives when it comes to PvP combat. With this in mind, we began developing survival mode, which will bring a new way for you to engage in even more demanding high stakes and deadly adventures in Fallout 76. We're still hard at work on this mode internally and plan to bring it to the live game in phases as we add more content and features over time. Here's a preview of what you can expect from Survival when Phase 1 opens for beta testing. So it goes on to say this: after hitting play from the main menu, you'll be able to choose whether you'd like to play Adventure Mode, of course, which is Fallout 76 as you know it today, or the new Survival Mode. Now, the same quests, events, and story that you're used to in Adventure Mode will all remain available in Survival, but you'll have to navigate them under ever-looming threat of hostile dwellers who may be hiding just around the corner. Now, you're free to create new characters for Survival Mode and encouraged to do so, but you can also use your existing ones. Now, if you do take on Survival Mode with an existing character, keep in mind that all your progress from Adventure Mode will travel with you, and anything that affects your character in one game mode will also affect them in the other. This means that if you fire off all of your ammo, level up, complete a quest, spin caps, or find a fancy new weapon in Survival, this will also be reflected on that character in Adventure. Now, if you'd rather keep your existing characters as they are, we recommend starting a new one when you head into a more challenging survival mode. Now, that's definitely interesting. I might start a new character. I was thinking, like, if they did offer two different types of ways of playing, I would have a PvP character and then a PvE character. So I'm thinking for myself, I'll probably definitely go for a new character here. Now, it says this: Stranger Danger. It says, survival mode is not for the faint of heart. All players except your teammates or event group mates are automatically flagged as hostile toward one another by default. There are no invitations to PvP in combat in survival mode. You can attack other players without restrictions from the first shot you line up, meaning every encounter you have with a stranger could turn deadly in a blink of an eye. Now, it says further, level scaling in survival mode will work the same way it does in adventure mode today. This will help to level the playing field a bit and give newer characters a fighting chance against high-level players that they might encounter during their adventures in the wasteland. As a result, you'll need to keep your wits about you during every hostile encounter, because even low-level characters can pose a real threat. So you can see how they're going to be doing level balancing and stuff like that in the Fallout 76 PvP mode here. Now, it goes on to say greater risks and greater rewards. So as this will be our first implementation of survival mode, we plan to experiment with different rules after beta release, such as death mechanics. Currently, players who die in survival mode will be unable to use the Seek Revenge respawn option against their aggressors and can only choose to respawn at their camp or Vault 76. Now, they're also planning to reward you double the caps when you kill another player, and they may drop their aid or other items in addition to their junk. Now, added risks and rewards like these in survival mode PvP will make each of your deaths more devastating, and every kill you rack up much more lucrative. However, it's important to note that these changes aren't set in stone, and we'll be looking to make adjustments based on playtesting and your feedback during the survival beta. Now, it's also worth noting that players who are currently in adventure mode worlds are completely separate from those in survival mode, so you won't need to worry about survival players coming for your aid items or double cap rewards when you're in adventure mode. So yeah, it's all separated. You have adventure mode, which is the usual Fallout 76 experience, and then the new PvP mode, which sounds a lot more risky, but at the same time, like they said, a lot more rewarding. So the risk part of it means you might want to create a new character for that experience, at least at first, until you're kind of familiar with it, and then maybe risk whatever character you have. So maybe. We'll see. Now, they do mention leaderboards. It says, so for those of you who are focused on the new mode's competitive aspects, we're also planning to roll out in-game leaderboards with the start of survival mode beta. Now, you'll be able to see how you stack up against your friends and others in the current world, so you'll need to stay sharp if you want to stay on top. We'll have much more to share about leaderboards and all the stats you'll be able to keep during each play session as we get closer to survival beta. Now, looking ahead, we're going to continue to evolve, improve, and add contents to survival mode, with future updates throughout the year, and your feedback will be incredibly helpful as we make it the most fun and challenging Fallout PvP experience we can. Now, it says, our hope is to roll out survival beta in March. However, we still have a lot more work to do on leaderboards and other features and may need more development time for testing. Stay tuned for more information on the exact timing and even more in-depth look at survival mode as we get closer to release. So March is the time that this would release in beta, which is, kind of a long while to wait. Well, actually, we're in February. Hopefully it's not like March 30th, because I've noticed that some game developers do that sometimes, but hopefully we don't have to wait too long. So, also, patch 5 details are in here. This is the next big patch. They said we're targeting the end of January for the release of patch 5. In addition to the changes we previewed in the last Inside the Vault, we're pleased to share that we're swatting another massive round of bugs with this patch and implementing a number of changes based on feedback that players like you have shared with us on the forums, Reddit, and social media, including hotkey improvements for the keyboard. A known tag will appear next to recipes and plans you've already learned in vendor and player inventories, finally. And then the traveling pharmacy perk will now correctly reduce the weight of Radaway and other chems. This is early warning. Quest progress will no longer become stuck when crafting upgraded motors and logging out, and after crafting upgraded motors will no longer reset the quest to 0 out of 5, and much more. Now, they say they additionally we're continuing to investigate, track down, and eliminate exploits, and your reports on those type of issues are a huge help in quickly bringing them to their attention. So yeah, those exploits need to be nailed down even more. And then once again, if you think you found an exploit or observed another player using the exploit, please contact Bethesda through the support team by submitting a ticket, and so on and so forth. Now, they did mention that you can share more feedback through their forum and stuff like that, but that is the gist of the latest happenings with Fallout 76. So yeah, some really cool stuff there. I'm extremely curious about this new PvP survival mode for sure. It's cool that they are separating it from the core experience. I think that's super important. Let me know something, guys. I'm so curious about this. Would you like for them to shut off PvP altogether in adventure mode and make it truly where you have a PvE dedicated experience in adventure mode? No PvP, right? And then in survival mode is your PvP experience. Please let me know. That's something I'm extremely curious about. And it's definitely a question I wanted to throw your way. So be sure to sound off in the comments down below your opinion about this. Now, also, I wanted to mention I am covering Anthem here on the channel. It's another game I'm hyped for. Let me know if you guys are hyped for that. So look out for a bunch more Anthem videos here on the channel and more updates about that one. I've played it. I'm here in San Francisco for an Anthem event, and I'm having a blast with this game personally. and a lot of the other YouTubers and streamers here are also really enjoying the game. So I'm curious to see how this one is turning out. So yeah, look forward to, Fallout videos on the channel, Anthem videos, and then Cyberpunk 2077. And that's what I'm currently doing right now. And then if there's like any Borderlands 3 stuff that pops up, which should be popping up, we're getting into February. I guess by March and April, we should be hearing about Borderlands 3 stuff. But yeah, super hyped currently for Anthem. Oh, the VIP demo is going on for that one right now. And then February 1st through the 3rd is the free demo, so you don't even have to pre-order. So, yeah, try it. Let me know what you think, because I really want, to see what you guys think of Anthem finally. For you guys to get your hands on it, because I've been talking about it on the channel for quite some time now, and it's time for you to play it, and I really would love for your opinions. Hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, wherever. Tell me if you like it or not. But guys, thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned here for more Fallout 76 and Open World gaming goodness, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.